passing resemblance to Geneva and maybe an idea borrowed from Barcelona, Druskininkai is a pretty Lithuanian town close to the Belarus and Polish borders. It is awash with modern sculptures that celebrate the town's love for legendary folk heroes, exotic creatures not necessarily indigenous to the Baltics, no idea what that is, and music, a particularly strong passion held here, no doubt inspired by the much-loved Lithuanian composer Mikalonis Konstantinas Čiurlionis, who lived here during part of his childhood and is subsequently honoured with this imposing statue placed right in the centre of the town. This statue also once stood, or rather sat, in the middle of Druskininkai until 1991, when Lithuania gained independence from the Soviet Union. Colossal statues like this of Vladimir Lenin and other key communist figureheads were torn down across the Baltics in the 90s, and most were destroyed. But an eccentric mushroom farmer from Druskininkai salvaged some of them and put them on display across his estate, which he opened to the public and renamed Grutas Park. The whole layout of the place feels disturbingly like a communist-era theme park. It has a tranquil, family-friendly feel about it, where visitors are allowed to touch anything on display and are encouraged to make fun and even mock the paraphernalia that as little as 30 years ago could have got them shot or exiled to Siberia. The jolly day trip feel of the park is further enhanced by this huge collection of Misha the Bear souvenirs, the Moscow 1980 Olympic Games mascot. With cute and cuddly Soviet toys displayed amongst busts and portraits of some of the most oppressive individuals in Lithuania's history, one can't help but feel that there's a rather dark sense of humour at the heart of Grutas Park. Unsurprisingly, the place has been nicknamed Stalin World, yet considering there are few likenesses of Joseph Stalin on the grounds, a better comical name for the park would surely be Lenin Land. For in complete contrast, the place is crammed with imagery of Vladimir Lenin, from an array of statues showcasing Lenin's wardrobe for every season, to busts capturing his every facial expression, to this display of bronzed profiles, portraying what looks like the Russian evolution of the man. Grutas Park is not the only outdoor exhibition close to Druskininkai that portrays aspects of Lithuanian history through the art of sculpture. But unlike Grutas Park, these stunning sculptures carved by local artist Antanas Česnulius capture a more endearing and reminiscent Lithuanian past. Česnulius's work is imaginative and playful, often drawing from Christianity, Mother Nature and folklore to portray the country's pride in its culture and identity. This is poignantly clear here, with the great Mendenukas, who fought for and founded the first independent Lithuanian state in the 13th century and was the only king the country ever had. He leads visitors along to Martynas Mažvydas, who in the 16th century was the first author to print in Lithuanian and spread literacy across the land. His influence paves the way to the 20th century, and Justinas Marcinkevičius, who through his poetry kept the essence of Lithuanian identity alive during oppressive Soviet rule. These three key individuals in Lithuania's history are united by the word Lietuva, or to those like myself who pronounce Lithuanian names so badly, Lithuania. The waters around Druskininkai along the Nemunas River are full of minerals long believed to improve health and well-being. The expensive spa complexes around the town all have this water on tap, but for those who want a quick fix, visitors can sample the town's source of beauty fountain for free. Having sampled the water myself, I'm surprised my kidneys are still working. It is incredibly salty. It was only afterwards I saw the sign nearby advising not to actually drink it, but to apply it to the face and body. Whether it works, who knows, although this was a group of pensioners when they first arrived. When the Russian Tsar Nicholas I bestowed onto the town the status of Spa in the 19th century, wealthy Russians began to flock to Druskininkai. In response to this influx, the Joy of All Who Sorrow Orthodox Church was built here in 1865. It is charming both inside and out, but its size reflects the dwindling numbers of Orthodox Christians now living and practicing in the area. Surprisingly, it was during the Soviet era that Druskininkai truly flourished as a spa town, as is evident from the enormous sanatoriums built here between the 1950s and 70s, catering for the thousands of Soviets who came to the town searching for miracle cures. The Nemunus was the biggest and best, but in a post-Soviet era, its uneconomical size and loss of custom made it a victim of the credit crunch, and it's now awaiting demolition. This doesn't mean, however, that Druskininkai is down and out. The smaller, now ex-Soviet spas are still in business, thanks to wealthy capitalist Russians and Lithuanians, and even new complexes are now popping up in town. In recognising Mother Nature's role in these fortunes, Druskininkai duly thanks her with its annual Festival of the Daffodils. During the 3-day event at the end of April, locals gather around the newly sprung crop of spring flowers and celebrate with live music, classic costumes and bubble mix. Delightful though this makeshift foam party clearly appears to be, I can't imagine the litres of bubble detergent raining down on the daffodils does them much good, although I'm sure the local dry cleaners benefit for weeks afterwards. My jacket got absolutely ruined.